All right, we're going to get started here in just a moment. Going to give people a chance to jump into the live chat. Gary Gensler has resigned. Well, he will be resigning. He has announced his official resignation. January 20th, Trump Day. And we're also going to talk about the new Securities and Exchange Commission chair, who has been eyeballed and hinted at by the Trump administration. So we're going to look heavily into that person as well. Hint, it is a female. You may or may not be happy about this, but don't make any assumptions. Let's talk about that here shortly. What's going on, Sammy, David, Gino? Great to see everybody. Just one quick second here. Just throwing up these other tabs I've got here. Good morning, Terry. Welcome, everybody. This is good news all around. We are live. I think I'm going to start it off with a little video here about Gary Gensler. One thing that is really interesting is that the very first thing that Gensler said, well, I should say, literally the second sentence of his resignation today, his resignation letter today, states only one stock, and that stock is GameStop. I think a lot of people are not going to be surprised about that. You know what? I had this video on my desktop for about 2 months now. I've had this video on my desktop for literally 2 months. Now, I'm not a big fan of Tom Emmer. A lot of you guys know that. I very much dislike the guy. But when somebody says something that makes a lot of sense, we've got to pay attention. This was Majority Whip Tom Emmer talking on the Laura Coates show about Gary Gensler.
You can't fix this guy. You can't fix this dishonest, disingenuous bureaucrat who thinks that it's his job to reign over the people as opposed to serve them. You know what?
Now, we've got shots fired right out of the bat. He's talking about Gary Gensler, the SEC chair. Cheers, my friends. Have a coffee. Have some lunch. Listen to this. It's only 1 minute long.
You can't fix this guy. You can't fix this dishonest, disingenuous bureaucrat who thinks that it's his job to reign over the people as opposed to serve them. You know what, Laura? Anybody that will respect the individual's right to self-determine, anyone who believes that every American, regardless of where you come from, regardless of what your financial situation is, has the opportunity to participate in the greatest capital markets in the world, that has the opportunity to take risks that they reap a great reward without your government telling you who you can do business with, how you can do business. I mean, anybody that will respect the mission of the SEC, which is to make sure that the great financial system and specifically our capital markets are available to everyone in this country, entrepreneurs and investors alike. This guy doesn't believe that. He believes he's the one that's going to determine who an appropriate investor is and who, which entrepreneurs get to succeed. So we don't play winners and losers. Anybody who will allow the SEC to do its job and allow Americans to live their lives is going to be much better than this guy.
Tom Emmer holding nothing back, talking about Gary Gensler and a lot of his anti-retail policies, anti-crypto policies. I think a lot of people here had high hopes that he would do something to help make change. But the reality is that there's been very little done. The only thing that has been done is transition from T+2 to T+1 settlement times. In reality, we should be at T+0 by now. So the transition to T+1 is hardly what I would call anything, amazing. I definitely wouldn't say it's amazing. Let's put it that way. On top of that, you've got the consolidated audit trail, which barely passed, barely became functional, and it took them basically from 2010 through 2024 to make that happen. You guys may or may not have seen this, but Bitcoin on the news of Gary Gensler's resignation absolutely soared to 98,030. 98,000. Huge increase, even though it had been getting close. This was earlier today. Took a nice dip back down under 96 and just absolutely ran right back up to 98 on the news of Gary Gensler's resignation. Dave Lauer brought up this great point here, and it was 4 years. Oh, well, here, I'll just show you guys the press release. Let me read it out for you so you guys can get a good idea. Since the text is a little small, I'll read it if you're not watching this on TV. The SEC today announced that its 33rd chair, Gary Gensler, will step down from the commission effective 12 p.m. on January 20th, 2025. Of course, Donald Trump's inauguration day. Donald Trump is literally making America great again, and he hasn't even taken office yet. Chair Gensler began his tenure on April 17th, 2021, in the immediate aftermath of the GameStop market events. He led the agency through a robust rulemaking agenda to enhance efficiency, resiliency, and integrity in the U.S. capital markets, and he oversaw high-impact enforcement cases to hold wrongdoers accountable and return billions to harmed investors. The SEC is a remarkable agency, said Chair Gensler. The staff and the commission are deeply mission-driven, focused on protecting investors, facilitating capital formation, and ensuring that the market works for investors and issuers alike. The staff comprises true public servants. It's been an honor of a lifetime to serve with them on behalf of everyday Americans and ensure that our capital markets remain the best in the world. Emerus in the chat, you bring up a great point. With the technology of today, there is absolutely zero reason why we don't have T0 settlements. That means settlements of stock share trading being done on the same day of that the shares are actually traded. Zero reason. Lauer brings up a good point in saying that in 4 years, this is the sum total of market equity reforms that the SEC points to. The transition to T+1, which of course was likely to happen anyway, as we've been on the path for that for a decade plus. Same thing as the consolidated audit trail. Nothing has been done against off-exchange trading. Nothing has been done about internalization of trades, about dark pools, about wholesalers using payment for order flow to buy your shares to buy your orders from the broker dealers instead of allowing lit markets to handle the trades. There has been a concentration of market makers and nothing has been done on best execution. Under equity markets, they said that under Chair Gensler, the SEC made the first significant updates to the $55 trillion U.S. equity market in nearly 20 years. The agency unanimously made updates to the NMS, National Market System, so that stocks could be traded more efficiently with narrower spreads and lower fees. Improvements also included shortening the settlement cycle to 1 day, which is good for investors and lowers risk in the markets. Further, the agency unanimously adopted rules to update information regarding brokers' execution quality. They claim that these reforms benefit investors by making equity markets more efficient. But the fact of the matter is that it really does nothing when a wholesaler like Citadel and Virtue can buy your order using payment for order flow from your broker like Schwab, Robinhood, Webull, and then simply give you a trade out of thin air because they internalized it. So they give you a share out of thin air that is nothing but a number in your account. And then when it comes time for them to deliver on that, they can just simply fail to deliver. It's as simple as that. It's the creation of synthetic shares by the market maker for the purposes of creating liquidity. And this is done through the synthetic share creation process which is also known as legal naked shorting, called Market Maker Exemption Rule 203BI. Gary Gensler here said on January 20th, I'll be stepping down as SEC Gov Chair. I'll give that a big like. Says they're a remarkable agency, blah, blah, blah. They're true public servants. And he's got the full announcement here. And I said it pretty clearly that Gary Gensler is officially resigning from the SEC effective on Trump's inauguration day, because we know he's going to get fired anyway. Donald Trump has already said that he's going to be firing Gary Gensler on the very first day of office. And honestly, maybe the next SEC chair will actually stop stock market manipulation and illegal naked shorting, instead of trying to throw retail investors under the bus for supporting heavily shorted equities like GameStop, AMC, MMAT, MMTLP, Cost, Tesla, Ocugen, Northwest Biotherapeutics, Sundial, Bed Bath & Beyond, Tilray, Silver, Gold, etc. So this is basically the talk of the town. This is huge news today. And we're going to talk about the new SEC chair, commissioner, that is likely to be chosen by Donald Trump, which has been hinted at by the administration on multiple points, multiple times now. And it's not who you think. It's not who you think it is. But again, as to Dave Lauer's points here, they haven't done shit in regards to actually making quality changes in the stock market, stopping off-exchange trading. They haven't done anything to change the concentration of market makers. They've done nothing to force best execution. The only way this is ever going to happen is if we do it ourselves. So you need to go look at LitExchange at litexchange.com here and do yourself a favor. Look into what's going on here with this upcoming brokerage that we're creating, that we've been working on for the last 38 months, for the purposes of routing orders to lit markets, preventing market manipulation, allowing you to use artificial and swarm intelligence to give you a leg up on the quant high-frequency traders, having a bleeding-edge user interface, which currently does not exist in financial markets, and you now have the opportunity to actually invest in the company and own equity shares in LitExchange prior to our IPO, of course, and prior to our launch. This is the first time in the history of the world that this has ever been done. You will view our filings on the Securities Exchange Commission EDGAR website here. You can also go to the FINRA-approved funding portal, Silicon Prairie, which is a licensed broker-dealer for the purposes of allowing Regulation C and Regulation D crowdfunding campaigns for non-accredited and accredited investors alike. So they are a fully registered broker-dealer and a FINRA-approved funding portal. This is not some GoFundMe bullshit. We're not asking for donations. We're looking to give you the opportunity to invest in an upcoming stock and crypto brokerage firm. And this has never been done in the history of the world. No firm has ever given retail investors the opportunity to own the company before anybody else. So this is a world's first, which you really need to look into because the highlights are absolutely massive. The potential here is out of this world. And we are the first and only crypto and stock brokerage up and coming for retail by retail that's giving people the opportunity to own it, that is going to challenge the status quo of payment for order flow and dark pools and routing orders to the dark pools, internalization of trades. Thousands of users are enrolled on our wait list, and hundreds of users have already invested in the company, have raising nearly $500,000 already. Join us while you still can. So, Teresa Goody Guillen. A lot of you people have never heard of this woman before, but she is the person who is being eyeballed right now by the Biden administration. Sorry, by the Biden. Jesus Christ. Forgive me, Lord, there. By the Trump administration. So Donald Trump has been eyeing cryptocurrency lawyer Teresa Goody Guillen for her chair, for her role as the SEC chair. And he's reportedly considering Teresa Guillen, and she is a prominent crypto and securities attorney, as the next chairperson of the Securities Exchange Commission. And she's known for her expertise in blockchain, securities law, and is a partner and co-lead of the blockchain law practice Baker and Hostetler, which is a leading law firm in the field. So this could definitely signal the shift here. Now I'm going to go ahead and follow her. Now I guarantee you, now that I've posted this, because everyone follows my lead, and that's nothing, not my own pat on the back or stroking my own ego, but that's a fact, and you're going to see this. You will now be seeing her LinkedIn posts all across Twitter and YouTube now that I've actually put eyes on her. So her posts are getting very little traction, you know, with this one having 59 likes and 1 comment. She says, "Thank you to Michael Mora and Daily Business Review for including my comments on crypto changes under a new Trump administration. These are important issues." We're going to go ahead and take a look at this story as well and see what she said. But let me give you a little bit about her background before I tell you what says in this story about her. Teresa previously served with the Securities Exchange Commission, and she has extensive knowledge of securities regulation. She's currently a partner at Baker Hostetler, where she co-leads the blockchain law practice. She advises clients on regulatory compliance and blockchain adoption. And we here at Lit Exchange also have a securities attorney, much like Teresa Goody Guillen, to help us with our regulatory compliance and making sure that we follow the law all along the process of our world's first Regulation C crowdfunding campaign through the Donald Trump enacted Jobs Act from 2019. Teresa is an advocate for innovation. She's known for advocating balanced regulatory frameworks that support crypto innovation while ensuring investor protection. So she's very big into blockchain and crypto compliance, navigating these regulatory frameworks, and has securities law and enforcement defense experience as an SEC, former SEC employee anyway. So she's got to be basically championing for pro-crypto regulation. She's going to have a focus on innovation and streamlining rules for blockchain processes, I believe. Simplified compliance processes for blockchain startups and decentralized finance platforms, which, of course, as you guys may know, that is what Lit Exchange is partially going to be here. Of course, dealing heavily with stocks and crypto. So we see this as being extremely bullish for Lit Exchange and markets all across the country and the world. So this is a huge shift in direction by President-elect Trump, who has openly criticized the SEC's approach to crypto regulation under Chair Gensler, describing it as overly punitive and a barrier to innovation. And of course, you guys have seen this with the way that the SEC under Gensler has been creating regulation by ruling with an iron fist without giving proper guidance, but actually just taking everybody to court after the fact and trying to set precedents in that way. Teresa Goody Guillen's pro-crypto policies are basically a Trump vow to establish a regulatory framework that supports crypto growth and adoption, and new leadership replacing Gensler with a leader more aligned with the industry's needs. Her potential appointment aligns with these goals, positioning the SEC for a better relationship with crypto. Now, here's some challenges that she's going to face, because there will definitely be challenges. Ensuring regulations do not stifle innovation while safeguarding investors from fraud and market manipulation. She's going to have to address existing enforcement actions, manage ongoing lawsuits and enforcement actions that were initiated under the Gensler administration. And there, of course, will be political resistance. Her pro-crypto stance is going to face scrutiny from lawmakers who are wary of the rapid deregulation in the cryptocurrency space. So there's a lot of potential risks and outcomes. Some of the outcomes here are going to be, one, increased clarity, clearer rules for these crypto projects and exchanges, which is exactly what we fucking need. and a growth in institutional participation. More favorable regulatory environment is going to attract more money. The potential risks here are, of course, high expectations, which there always are. And we're going to see some rapid changes that may be challenging to implement, but are very necessary. And aligning U.S. policies with international regulations will remain a critical task. So here's some FAQs. Now, you guys want to know, she's a former SEC employee. She's an attorney. She's a partner in this firm. She's a regulatory, she's a regulations attorney and many other things in the security space. But one of the things about who she is, she's a securities lawyer and a blockchain expert. She's currently serving as a partner here at this firm, Baker Hostetler, and co-lead of their blockchain law practice. So she has more than just experience. She's the top dog. Why is Trump considering her for SEC chair? She has massive expertise in crypto law, which aligns with Trump's visions for a pro-crypto regulatory reform. Now, what changes could we expect? Guillen may focus on providing regulatory clarity, reducing enforcement actions, and fostering innovation in crypto. Hopefully, the reduced enforcement actions are reduced for the purposes of increasing the regulatory clarity and actually stopping the attack against retail and going after people that are manipulating markets. That is what we're looking towards. So how might her appointment impact the markets? It could definitely boost market confidence, both stocks and crypto, attract institutional and retail investors from around the world, and encourage people to innovate within the U.S. crypto sector. And we're 38 months in already and looking very much forward to launching Lit Exchange here upon the inauguration of Donald Trump. Let's put it that way. So there's definitely going to be investor protections that are going to have to be taken care of. She's going to have to manage the ongoing enforcement actions and navigate this political resistance. So the potential appointment of Teresa Goody Guillen as the SEC chair is a pivotal moment for stocks and crypto and the retail investors, because her deep expertise in blockchain and securities regulation could usher in a new era of pro-crypto policies that balance innovation with investor protection, which is much needed. So her leadership position may put the U.S. and give us the ability to become a global leader in crypto adoption and regulation. This is the article by Michael Mora, put out just about a week and a half ago. What's next for crypto litigators with the Trump administration? Teresa said this industry is going to thrive now. The election just changes as to what legal services are needed. And here she is. Very beautiful, intelligent looking woman. Of course, as a partner of this law firm, they are one of America's AmLaw's 100 firms leading blockchain technologies and digital assets team. A lot of litigation work focused on the SEC's defense, but with Trump, who has launched his own crypto tokens and vowed to fire Chair Gary Gensler, there will likely be a shift to private litigation. Teresa said, the election shakes up the legal market, but overall there won't be a decrease in work for litigators, because as you have more players and money coming into the industry, there are more things that can go wrong. More companies that want to launch, and more happy purchasers as well as unhappy purchasers. This industry is expected to thrive now. The election just changes as to what legal services are needed. Guillen said that the private litigation will be brought by people who own digital assets, are alleged to have been wronged, and are no longer relying on the SEC's assertions. For instance, no longer relying on the SEC's assertions, for instance, that token sales are securities to cover their losses. However, Goody Guillen said some of the SEC's recent brand of regulatory action is not going away. So you guys can see she's not taking a soft stance on criminals. Allegations of fraud and enforcement by the government will be likely coming from other regulators rather than the SEC, who do not have the requirement that the underlying asset be a security. Whether it is the Department of Justice or the CFTC, litigators are expected to see a change there. Rightfully so. On the campaign trail, Trump has spoken glowingly about crypto, even floating the idea of creating a federal Bitcoin reserve, and is among the candidates who have collectively received $245 million from the industry in election financing. Brian, so you've got other information here from others. They're saying that the crypto industry is likely to see a different level of attention, given the incumbent's publicly stated views, that has received significant attention by both the SEC and the DOJ in recent years. So we are seeing a massive shift towards pro-retail investors, pro-crypto, pro-innovation, and that is exactly what is necessary here. This will likely make it a lot easier for LitExchange to launch as expected next year in 2025 under the Trump administration and the new SEC chair. So we've been working on this for a significant period of time, and we are definitely proud to be the first company in the history of the world to provide retail investors. You don't have to be an accredited investor. You can be a non-accredited investor. That means average folks, average people. You don't have to be rich as hell to invest in the company. But if you can afford it and you'd like to invest, you're going to be getting all sorts of different kinds of opportunities, pre-IPO buyer's rights and such. Let's take a look. There are many offerings, but let's just take a look here at the $2,000 offering. The investments are cumulative, by the way. So if you were to invest, say, $1,000 in the company, which you could do a multiple different investments, investing $500 today, $500 next week or next month, whatever you decide, you would reach the $1,000 level of perks. Now, early access to market insights and research reports. You'll receive an exclusive investor NFT, an exclusive LitExchange branded premium limited edition copper coin, limited edition one-time run LitExchange custom hoodie, a 0.999 pure silver coin branded premium, and this will be a one-time run as well. So these will never be in existence or in circulation again beyond this, giving them, aside from the value of the coin itself, significant future potential return. A 6 months alpha subscription to LitExchange think tanks, 12 months of free level 2 data subscription service, and a 25% discount on stock trades for 12 months, up to 250 trades per year. Early access to new investment opportunities within LitExchange, projects, and services, as well as something very important, first buyer's rights of additional stock prior to our IPO on the New York Stock Exchange, and equity share ownership percentage. So that basically means that depending on the level that you invest in, you're going to be getting all sorts of free discounts on trades, free level 2 data subscriptions, alpha subscriptions to our think tanks, different kinds of NFTs, silver coins, copper coins, etc. Some of them even giving out multiple different kinds of subscriptions and stock trades for an even framed wall art, signed items by myself, my partner, all sorts of different kinds of things that you're going to be able to receive. Personalized investment newsletter with curated stock recommendations. Some of them receive, 48 months of free level 2 data, 50% discount on stock trades for 48 months, and so on and so on. And then the higher level you invest, the more equity share ownership percentage you will receive. Every unit is $500, and for each, you'll receive 1 unit for every $500 investment as well. So far, we've got multiple DFV investors, and those people will be receiving exclusive silver coins, silver bars, LitExchange stocks, socks, alpha subscriptions to LitExchange transferable to their heirs in perpetuity, invitations to our annual investor conferences, networking events, free level 2 data subscription services for life, 10% discount on asset management fees upon the future launch of our asset management program, private video calls with my partner and myself, 65% discount on stock trades for 100 months, up to 250 trades per year, early access to all these new things, NFT wall art, copper coins, etc., exclusive investor NFTs, LitExchange hoodies, and again, all of the other perks and the shares associated with it as well. So we are definitely very pumped about that. And in order to invest $50,000 or higher, you do have to be an accredited investor. But for less than, for 25K and around that range and below, all the way down to the $500 level, you do not need to be an accredited investor. So there's definitely going to be a lot there in terms of what's going on. Now, what's this about? Why would I want to pay for stock trades? If you guys are wondering, the fact of the matter is that you're already paying for stock trades. In fact, you're paying more with your commission-free trades than you do by actually paying a small upfront commission of a few pennies or a few bucks if you make a large trade. We will eliminate hidden charges and increase transparency. With no hidden markups, no hidden fees, retail investors will save money by trading by paying low upfront commissions and avoid hidden fees and risks associated with payment for order flow and dark pool trade routing. You will know exactly what each trade will cost prior to execution and can easily track expenses without surprises. Lit Exchange will route trades directly to lit markets, ensuring real price discovery on your assets and your equities, empowering you to have a meaningful impact on financial markets. We will avoid payment for order flow from price distorting dark pools and allow customers the freedom of choice to opt in to additional exchanges for additional liquidity if needed, because you get to decide. That's the whole point of empowering retail investors, giving you the option to use our exclusive financial management advisory offices where inexperienced investors can learn to trade or leverage the expertise of skilled financial advisors to strategically trade funds on your behalf. An invaluable option for retail investors seeking professional asset management in the dynamic world of trading. You don't have to do that, but it's one of many options that we're going to provide. We will also give you automated artificial intelligence enhancements and tools, empowering users to collectively engage in comprehensive data analysis and due diligence alongside fellow investors within our collaborative think tanks. This will help foster a hive mind approach to help make informed decisions. This is the ability to achieve swarm intelligence, which does not exist in any stock and crypto brokerage around the world. Our user interface and AI seamlessly will incorporate the finest features and API feeds from leading social medias, news, and alternative news platforms, scrutinizing and filtering the information before providing it to you. We will also offer intuitive and user-friendly charts customizable to accommodate different user skills levels. So again, this is not just another shitty stock and crypto brokerage UI like you get on Charles Schwab. This is not a little bullshit dark pool manipulation that you'd get from payment for order flow from Robinhood and Webull and all these other cats. We're going to give people the opportunity to leverage artificial intelligence enhancements and assistance, swarm intelligence, real-time think tanks to work together with other users and come out with solutions and strategies that you will not be able to come out to understand on your own, really working together with a plethora of other people. We will also have a marketplace, which is basically an ecosystem platform that'll catalyze innovation by empowering you as a third-party developer, should you choose to do so, to create and monetize custom applications, AI content, bots, charts, etc., to ignite creativity and give people the opportunity to actually make a profit of their own by selling high-quality assistance. So, of course, this supports individual creativity and strengthens the collective fabric of the ecosystem, fostering a space where novel trading solutions and services can flourish and benefit all users. So this will give you the opportunity to tailor the platform to your needs, foster a personalized trading experience, and serve as a cornerstone for a community-driven ecosystem fueled by collective intelligence and collaboration. So this greatly differentiates us from traditional brokerages and reinforces our commitment to empower the collective community through the ecosystem. So Everlong, yes, Gary Gensler is in fact retiring. He is in fact retiring, and it will be effective January 20th on Trump's inauguration day. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing who our new chair will be, and it is appearing to be Teresa Goody Guillen, which I'm surprised that her posts don't have more activity. You know, she does have around 2,100 followers. As a matter of fact, I'm not a competition, but even I have more followers than that. But she's done very well for herself as an SEC enforcement elite lawyer, which was amazing. And I would like to see her now shift from her position as a partner at Baker and Hostetler to actually helping retail investors and helping the community and cryptocurrencies achieve a new level of safety. Jordan says, remember, he took away crypto staking. Remember the Kraken lawsuit of holding out on staking? Yeah, my friend. He says, we'll never have a chair that cares about fairness. Vic, I don't know, man. I don't know. A lot of people never thought we would even be able to get Donald Trump elected once, let alone twice, to, you know, to drain the swamp. Paul says it looks very positive, especially on the crypto side. And I do agree with you on that. It does in fact look very positive on the crypto side as well. Of course, Gary Gensler doesn't want to be fired, right? So he's going to quit right before Donald Trump takes office. Jana, Lit Exchange, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You are absolutely right, my friend. I'm not lying, and you can go look it up for yourself. Ask AI, Google it. Has any crypto or stock exchange, stock brokerage firm ever done this? No, never. This has never happened in the history of the world, and we are giving retail the opportunity to own the company because I feel that you should be the ones to own the company instead of doing what Robinhood did, which is basically going to hedge funds to get money. Robinhood had a raise, and their pre-seed round raised $3 million from Sequoia Capital, the hedge fund, and now has to do basically everything that Sequoia and company says. So instead of doing that, they raised $3 million to launch Robinhood. We're giving you the opportunity to invest in Lit Exchange, and we will not have to go to hedge funds like Sequoia. Terry, how is Hester going to like the new SEC chair? I don't know. I have a feeling Hester's probably may or may not get along with her. I can't speak for Hester Pierce, right? I don't know Hester, but I do know that Hester Pierce voted against the Short Sale Transparency Act and voted against the Market Transparency Act. Al Capone says Trump is such a sexist. He keeps trying to hire women. Why is this sexist racist trying to hire women and people of color? What is wrong with this guy? Quant Trades, my LinkedIn is Marcel Klinovic. It's my name. That's it right there. Pretty easy to find there. You can just type it into LinkedIn and shoot me a request, and I'll accept you without a doubt. Brian Adams says SEC chairman should be AMC Bigums, my friend. Everlong, right now, it is looking like the only possibility that we've seen hinted at by the Trump administration is this woman by the name of Teresa Goody Guillen. And I personally believe that she would make an excellent choice should she choose to accept the assignment. So I guess with that, I will leave you gentlemen and ladies to enjoy the rest of your day. There's a lot more that I could say, but I think I'll leave it at that. And you know what? No, one more thing. Somebody here in the Discord posted this video. It's about 30 seconds long. And I'm going to post it up here for you guys to see. Homie the Clown in nomination for SEC chair. No, I'm joking. This is an interesting video for sure.
We're good to rock and roll.
Oof. Cheers, my friends. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow.